There are lots of things I will miss about London. First and foremost, I will miss the Filipino community. Uh, I'm not kidding. I will really miss, I will miss attending Filipino community activities and events. Um, and of course, I will miss my colleagues here at the embassy. I will not miss the work. Yes, but I will miss the people. I will really miss the people, and I will miss. I know I will miss my daily routine here in London. I take the bus to work every day, so I will miss that. This is a story, an anecdote that Ambassador Luxin loves to tell. So, if I may repeat it here, when he presented his credentials to King Charles in May 2023, one of the first things that the king told the ambassador was he was very thankful for the Filipino nurses and healthcare workers that carried the UK through the pandemic. He said that, the ambassador loves to quote him, and I will now quote the king as well. He said that when there were no vaccines yet, there were no medicines, our Filipino nurses and healthcare workers had one more medicine, and that was to remove their gloves and hold the hands of the dying so they could go gently into the night. While we celebrate their heroism, their sacrifices, and we recognize their sacrifices and contributions, we are also aware that they face so many challenges, and that's the goal of the embassy to support them, to ensure that their welfare and well-being are promoted and protected. Their mental health is taken care of. That their working conditions are fair. Yes, so that's a goal of the embassy. And in practical terms, to support our overseas Filipino workers, the embassy offers legal assistance, financial assistance. We offer them shelter if they need shelter, and we also help in their repatriation if they wish to come home to the Philippines for whatever reason. We will continue to support our Filipinos, our kababayans here in the UK. Should there be effects in the proposed changes in the immigration policy of the UK, we will support them all the way. So the embassy is here, and whatever affects the proposed changes in the immigration programs of the UK would be, then they can rest assured that the embassy will be here to help them, through the transition period. I will cite an example. For example, our nurses, our Filipino nurses. So as you know, there are, I think, three main Filipino nurses groups: the Filipino Nurses Association, the FNA, and then the PNA, the Philippine Nurses Association, and then there's the Senior Alliance, yes. Senior Nurses Alliance. So we meet with them, and in fact, during the Independence Day reception, so Jen Kagiwa of Florence Nightingale Foundation, and also our other Filipino nurses leaders, we are set to meet. We are set to meet with them to determine how the embassy could help them. We've been
Is it
in
because
close
of the
contact
changes?
and coordination with them with regard to their the English language requirements for nurses, the recognition of their credentials, of their Philippine credentials. So yes, we've been closely working with them on issues that directly affect them. And these are not just the formal meetings. So whenever we see them at the various Filipino community events, or when they get the chance to visit us here at the embassy, we always meet with them and engage with them and find out how the embassy could help and support them.
So with that meeting, do you think, based on what they say about some of these requirements for Filipino nurses and, needing for their degrees back home to be recognized here, is that something that you will present to
Yes,
the
so
UK government?
at every opportunity we inform our counterparts in the UK government about these concerns that are raised by our nurses and other overseas Filipino workers. So we're also in constant touch with our counterparts, with UK government authorities on these matters. If the passport applicant cannot show a passport, does not have his or her passport, then we ask for a police report. But they can do it online. They don't have to go to a police station to report the loss of their passport. So there's an online reporting mechanism that we advise them to do. I think it's for a few pounds, I think. It's called Report My Loss. And in there they can I think that captures that Report My Loss website. It can capture all kinds of they can always ask us at the embassy. They can visit the embassy and ask us. We will guide them through the process. I'd like to say that every day we encounter different problems in terms of the problems of our kababayan. So every day is a challenge. But yes, you're right that the COVID-19 pandemic was a really trying time. I know, not only for us here at the embassy, but also for our Filipino community. And during that time, we tried our best to support them. So in the beginning of the pandemic, our nurses raised their concerns with the embassy about the lack of PPEs, and that even when they're sick with COVID, sometimes because the hospitals were undermanned, so they would still have to go to work. And these concerns we brought to the attention of the FCDO, and from that move of the Philippine Embassy, then the FCDO coordinated with the Department of Health and Social Care, and it resulted in the provision of more PPEs for not only for our Filipino nurses, of course, but also for I believe for all nurses in general.
Yes, that's a really great example of Filipinos speaking up and coming to the embassy.
Yes, coming to the embassy, and we really
their
appreciated that they came to us
concerns.
with their concerns, and we immediately raised their concerns with our contacts with our counterparts at the FCDO, and the FCDO coordinated with right away with the Department of Health and Social Care.